Hi, everyone. This is Michael Connon representing the TooMedToo's Star Wars Network. We've got your fix, and this is TooMedToo's Bacta tank. If you are new here, we always start off with thanking our patrons. I have a Patreon. You can go join the likes of Rural Farm Boy, Christina Flores, Kylo Customs, Chris from Kentucky, and Heidi Federer. There's some different tiers on there you can check out too. That meet everyone's needs. And without further ado, our featured guest today is William Hung. William, how are you doing?
Oh, I'm doing great.
Okay. I actually became acquainted with you a few weeks ago. We both stream on a app called Live It,
Yes.
which is a bunch of basically the easiest way to describe it is that it is like Instagram Live, but you can't just go on it. You have to be approved, and there's a process.
Yeah.
And people actually do get turned away from being on there. So it's not
Right.
just they try and control their content to I guess what they want it to be.
Yeah.
So that's where I met you, and I've had a few conversations with you. You've been in a few of my streams. I mainly stream Star Wars video games or talk about whatever, something to have to do with Star Wars, whether it's my trips to the store, going to buy toys and collectibles for collections or non-collections or whatever. But you're more of a motivational speaker is what your streams seem to be about.
Yes.
And that's actually quite interesting because you're known because you are on American Idol.
Yeah.
And not to be too rude or anything, you are not perceived too well on that show.
Yeah, of course. I know. I'm aware of that.
Well, I mean, I know you're aware of that, but you don't want someone to tell you, "Hey, I know you because you didn't do well at something." But I mean, that's how. I mean, that's how your name or your notoriety came around. So just tell me a little bit about how that went. How you got into going for American Idol and how everything transpired.
Wow, it was a crazy experience. I was studying for civil engineering at UC Berkeley, but that wasn't going so well. So I decided that maybe I should just try something new. Then one day I saw this poster for a school talent show. And then I started watching and studying the music video from Ricky Martin's She Bangs. I didn't expect anything, but somehow I won the talent show. So that's what gave me the confidence to audition for American Idol. When I went to into the audition, I also did not have any expectations. I just thought that if my audition didn't work out, I go back to be a normal student. In terms of like how I look at it and what happened. Well, I mean, yes, it wasn't the most well received audition for sure. I would say that Simon is being who he is. He has to be the mean guy. Randy has to be the cool and quirky guy, and then Paula has the nice lady.
And Simon was kind of taken aback by your rendition of Ricky Martin's She Bang.
Yeah, I mean, if we want to make analogies, like Simon would be the Darth Vader in Star Wars.
That's what that's kind of when I explained to someone, they're like, you're having William Hung on, like, what are you guys going to talk about? I said, well, I mean, you kind of take it and, you can take the hero's journey step by step and compare that to, his journey that he went on, especially after you find out, what became of him. He could have turned into, some guy that isn't happy and, things didn't go the way he wanted in his life, and
Right.
kind of like with Luke, and Simon
Yes.
Cowell was his Darth Vader, and
Yep.
you never know what's gonna happen, and he could have gone to the dark side very easily, and decided not
Yeah.
to. Um,
Yeah.
and now he's one of the most. I don't know. Were you always a positive person, or did that
Yeah,
happen later
mostly.
on?
Yeah, I would say mostly like right because it's a mindset and philosophy that I carry throughout my life. I would say one of my most important influential people is actually my mom, because my mom taught me that it's okay to fail as long as you tried your best, and that is how I see life.
Yeah, I mean that's what recently there's been a lot of people that were upset with, for example, Ryan Johnson's The Last Jedi and how Luke was portrayed. And my whole thing was,
Mm,
no matter what Luke did, he always had a positive outlook, but he was always that whiny kid or that bratty kid. He always had a positive
mm,
outlook, but
yeah.
he would he failed at everything he tried to do. Like, yes, he, like, the first big thing is, um, he leaves to go save his friends off of Dagobah,
Mm,
and he doesn't do that.
yeah.
Him leaving actually made no difference. Um,
Yeah.
you know, what you could argue about with him fighting Vader or whatever, but then you have, trying to save his father. Well, he saved his father, but his father dies, and even though his father comes back to the light and Anakin is saved,
Hmm.
he is, by the rest of the galaxy, he's still, in comparison to like real life, he's still like a real life Adolf Hitler. And then
Mm,
everything else he tries to do in his life, he fails at. He tries to do something, he fails at. He tries to do it, fails at. Tries to teach new Jedi, and almost ends up killing his nephew. And then he goes off on this island by himself and just becomes secluded. And a lot of people are like, "Oh, my Luke Skywalker wouldn't do that." And I mean, that's a whole other conversation. But um, like, think about it though. If everything you try to do in your life you're defeated, the best thing to do is you eventually just kind of say I'm done, and end up being in seclusion. And
yeah.
that's where I can completely understand where that comes from, or how that is. Um,
Yeah.
and but I mean that's kind of, you were beaten down, and thank God the internet wasn't what it was today, or you would have been probably the most popular meme in the world. Um, but I mean, you overcame it, and now you're one of the most positive people.
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad to embrace to cultivate this brand and image throughout the years. That I'm grateful for that American Idol experience, in terms of what it allows me to do to make the kind of impact that I'm making now in the world. Yeah, I agree that like you could easily get beaten down and just stay down or decide to just go away. Throughout the years, I have to like reinvent myself 3 to 4 different times, so it's understandable that like it's just like Luke Skywalker, like he has to evolve as time goes along. But of course, the way that he evolves depends on the creative mind of the director or whoever's writing the story.
Yeah. So I mean that's but I mean it's true. So American Idol's over. You didn't move on to the next round. What happened to you after that?
Yep. What happened was like I suddenly got like my first interview request from Entertainment Tonight and Ryan Seacrest show. And then one of my friends created this website called williamhung.net, and it got like 8 million hits in less than a month. Like back then, there was no Facebook, no YouTube. It's crazy. So
Mhm.
so then the Cox Records called me up and said, "Hey, William, I heard about this on the news. So we want to take a chance on you. We want to give you a $25,000 for a record contract." So that's how everything started.
Now, what record was that? Was it your own music, or did you record covers?
Mostly covers and then a couple of original songs.
Okay. And I found out that you have a Christmas album.
Yes, hung for
Because
the holidays.
Okay. One of my my buddies, I told him you were going to come on. He's like, I have his Christmas album. We listen to it every year. And I was like, that's pretty cool, man. So then you're living in California?
Yes, LA.
All right. And then, oh, are you into football at all?
A little bit. I mean, I haven't. I've just been so busy the last a month or so. But I've been like checking the news, see how they're doing a little bit. Yeah.
Okay. Because my Buffalo Bills played your LA Rams yesterday, and my Buffalo
Oh.
Bills were victorious. But
Oh yeah.
we can still be friends. It's okay.
It's all good. I'm not like that attached to the sports teams.
Right. So, now tell me, give me a little bit more of your story. Like, so what happened after after American Idol? You were in LA at that time?
Yes, I was, but soon after I signed the record contract, I started traveling and performing all over the world.
All right. And you were doing just the same thing, just kind of like what your album was, just doing covers and.
Yeah, doing mostly covers. But the song that everybody wants me to sing is "She Bangs." Like they would not pay me to go to fly to go on stage unless I sing "She Bangs." So what I usually do is "She Bangs," and I do maybe 2 to 3 other songs, and then that's it. Maybe I stay there for a little bit. Maybe I fly out immediately if I got my next gig. And then I just did a bunch of those during the first 4 years. I also did like commercials with AT&T, Jack in the Box, and for the first 4 years, I would say I was just living my dream life. I knew that couldn't last forever. So after those first 4 years, that's when I had to decide to okay, do I want to go with showbiz or do I want to go back to school and get a stable job?
Did you go back? You went back to school though, right?
Yeah, I decided to go back to school because I thought that maybe it's time for me to just settle down and save and invest the money that I have. I don't have to take any more risk. How do I say it? I guess I'm trying to be Yoda. I want to be smart, right? I don't have to be.
Yeah.
I don't have to be expose myself in the battlefield all the time, like Luke or Han Solo.
Yeah. That's the thing. You can only ride the wave for so long. And I mean, the fact that you were able to ride that for, quite a few years going around and, doing everything that you did is great. And then, you were smart about it. You went back to school because you knew it wasn't going to last forever.
Yeah.
And then, when did you decide to become a motivational speaker?
I would say that I got that idea after I started working for the government job. So I worked for the sheriff's department for 2 years and public health department for 6 years. During that time, I thought that my job was a bit boring, not the most engaging. I needed an outlet, so I found a Toastmasters club near where I work. And Toastmasters is like an organization to help you improve with public speaking, with leadership skills. So that's how I got started. But what's really awesome about Toastmasters is that every single meeting, they have a section called Table Topics, where the host, they ask you a random question where you could do an answer, 2-minute answer. So to me, I really enjoy it. It's like speaking karaoke. So that's how I got back into speaking.
And then now you said Toastmasters.
Yes.
Are there any other big names involved in Toastmasters? Because I know that there's a lot of motivational speakers that are out there. And you see some on infomercials, some on TV. Is there anyone along those lines that was in there that kind of helped you out, or do you have someone else that was kind of like your Yoda along the way, and you were the Padawan?
I would say I had many Yodas along the way from the Toastmasters group. They are nobody famous, but as a group, they really helped me. Like and sometimes it's not always it's not always comes from the top level Yoda. It could be like just regular citizens, right? Regular people giving you feedback, and then you take it all in, and then eventually you get better.
That's amazing. So, um, so get a little bit into Star Wars. Tell me about how Star Wars came about in your life. Like I'm one of those people. I was born in the late '70s. I was born after Star Wars came out because I was born in '78. But older brothers and cousins and everything, it was always around. So it. Like I don't know of a life without Star Wars. It's always been there, and it's always been part of my life. And at times have been more part of my life than other. Like I've always been in the movies. I wasn't into the books as much, and it just happens to be that it came back when I was more worried about going out and chasing girls and partying when the prequels came out, but they were still always there. And then when the sequels came out is when I really got back in, especially Solo. I got a million stories about Solo, but let's hear about you. How is Star Wars? How did you get into Star Wars?
I would say it's sometime between high school and college because I was playing a lot of video games back then when I was young. I played video games since the first Super Mario Brothers came out, and then eventually I graduated to having a Super Nintendo. I play like Donkey Kong Country and Super Mario Kart. And then eventually, I don't know what it was, but there was this Star Wars game that stood out to me, Return of the Jedi. I don't know what it was, but it was very addictive to me. I enjoyed the action scrolling game back then. I play as Luke. I play as Princess Leia, Chewbacca, all those characters, Han Solo. So yeah, I don't know what it was, but I just enjoyed it. And then after that, I started to like get curious about like, okay, what's behind Star Wars? So I started watching a lot of the Star Wars movies. Play a few more video games after that, and that's where I'm at.
Yeah, that's there's so much that goes into the Star Wars movies, and it's not like a lot of other, not even to get in an argument, whether it's sci-fi or fantasy or whatever.
Right.
George Lucas spent so much time writing it and going over it, and brought in I have this book right here, The Hero's Journey by
Joseph Campbell,
The Hero with a Thousand Faces, where the hero's journey is a huge part of that, where it shows how just the whole thing in Star Wars, like each character has their own arc, but it's not an arc because they succeed and they fail and then they succeed again and it comes around, and like they say, Star Wars is like poetry. It rhymes, and it really does. Going from movie to movie, or character to character, seeing things over and over again. And it's kind of like that. That's where you had your hero's journey, and it although there was many things that happened in your life, before American Idol, you got famous because of it, and you kind of kept going. You kind of started there, and then like we just talked about, you rode that wave for a little while, and then you were smart, and you went back to school. And had a job that you weren't happy with eventually, so you decided to reinvent yourself again and get into the public speaking, and now in the motivational speaking and things like that.
It's all about like continuing to evolve yourself, and just make sure you do what you enjoy. Find a way to leverage what you enjoy, and then turn that into your business, into your career.
Yeah, I mean, like right now, this is talking about Star Wars is my hobby, and I don't know if it will ever become anything that is going to become profitable for me. I'm hoping that I'm hoping that my hobby stops costing me money. If I could get that to work out, that would be nice. I get, now I get some books advanced copies of books to do book reviews on. So, that's money. I'm not
Yeah.
getting paid to do them, but that's money I'm not spending. Hang on a second. My dog's going crazy. I got to let her out.
Okay.
But yeah, that's that's money that I'm not spending on books now, and not all of them, just some of them, and we'll see how that goes, and hopefully that that continues, and I get some more books, and not spending money that I was going to spend anyways is just as good as as getting money. So
yeah, that's true.
And then with Live It, it's one of those interesting things that I am contracted with them. There's other companies I'm not allowed to stream for or work for now, or do things with, and it's a completely social media based thing. I make my money off of how many people like what I do. So, that you kind of have to look at it that way too. And, I'm going to do what I want to do. And that's talk about Star Wars, or, I turn my phone on and I go when I have to go hunting for books or for, I just call them toys because they really are toys, but they're, they're technically collectibles. But, it's really volatile because you buy something for $12 and the next week it's worth 50 or it's worth $3. So it's not really it's not really how I want to make my money flipping those things, but
right.
Mostly for fun. So tell us, you said the video games is what got you into Star Wars.
Yes.
Now can you make, like, with a lot of people see that they find themselves in when they like Star Wars, they find themselves in a Star Wars character. So is there any characters that really stand out to you that you see yourself in, or that you kind of gravitate to?
Wow, it's really tough for me to pinpoint like one character that would fit me best, because I just can't find it. But I mean, like you mentioned, like the two key characters that I would resonate most with would be Luke Skywalker and Yoda.
Okay, and for different reasons, obviously. When you started off,
of course.
When you started off your journey, you were like Luke Skywalker, and now you're trying to be more like Yoda and teach people, and just the positive things, and some things that I've heard you talk about. I'm not going to talk about. So tell me some of the things that stand out, like what you try and do for your motivation, and when you try and talk to other people.
I would say that like the unique, what makes me different in terms of how I approach motivation, is to just share my authentic journey to embrace uncertainty. Because right now it's very uncertain world. As of this recording, we are still dealing with COVID-19 pandemic. In California, wildfire in the West Coast, wildfire is still having a major impact. So yeah, like who knows what will happen the next 3 months, 6 months, even next month, by the end of next month, right? So so that's why after I decided to quit my job and become a professional poker player as of January, I thought life would be fantastic. I would make pretty good money from poker. I have other sources of income. Life would be wonderful. But 4 months later, who knew that the COVID-19 is closing down everything that I know of. All my live speaking events got canceled or postponed. My income stream from playing at live casino is gone. Playing online poker, yes, I could make a little bit of money, but it's not the same thing. So yeah, that's why I'm going back to okay, well, maybe I need to go back to my roots about speaking, or what I do best, motivating people or inspiring people.
Yeah, you and I have had a few quick little conversations about poker, and or when you've been talking to other people about poker. And poker's your game. You like it because it's easy to do. Not easy to do, but with the odds and trying to figure things out. My thing is blackjack. with poker, it has to do with other people too. It's bluffing and whatever.
Yes.
So that there's
you have
kind
to
of
know that
there's kind
person's tendencies. Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
yeah. There's kind of a lot of variables involved. If you go sit down in a poker tournament trying to be able to read people, and I'm horrible at that. I've sat down in a couple poker tournaments and just got my ass kicked. But blackjack, and I've told you, people have their systems with blackjack, but my
Yeah.
thing is, it, it's almost impossible to count cards unless you're Rain Man.
Yeah, it's really hard.
But and there's the systems like face cards or 10 cards are +1.
Right, all that
like
stuff,
like all different systems. Depending on where that person puts the shoot in the deck, that can completely mess it up. So unless they put it all the way at the end, which is what I would do if I was doing it, so to make it easier if you want to use a system like that. But my whole thing is, you have to have X amount of dollars to spend. So let's say I'm willing to go out and lose $200 tonight, and I'm at a $10 table. I bet $10 on that hand, and that first hand I win. I'm going to take that. It's going to give me back the money. I'm going to take half that winning and put it back. In with my chips, and the other half goes into my bet. So after a few if I could win a few hands in a row, I'm not playing with my money. I'm playing with their money. So even if I'm betting $60 or $80 a hand, if I lose that, I haven't lost anything. I lost that money that was in there. But if I'm, bet $60 for the hand and I win that hand and I have that money coming over, I put that other half into there, and half goes into my, my with my chips to sit there. Now I'm betting $80 or $90 for that next hand. So like when I was there with my girlfriend and she was watching me do it, she was getting mad at me because I was like, don't worry, it's fine. And, I lost like $120 hand, but you got to think all those hands I won going up to that $120 hand. I do that a couple of times, and you walk out of there a couple of $100 ahead. So,
okay, well, I tell you this. I am a math major. Okay, so I'm saying this from a lot of research. What the theories about like crafting some betting system to beat blackjack and other table games doesn't work, because there's been research studies that shows that no matter what betting system you use, like you can bet $10 one hand, $100 next hand. You could bet less when you're winning, bet more when you're losing. But there is something called the law of large numbers. So eventually, if your bet is supposed to be losing, whatever you're giving up, let's say like in blackjack, typically you're giving up maybe 1 to 2 cents every dollar that you bet. Eventually, you end up a loser. So I'm just putting this out there because I don't want to go too far into this rabbit hole, but I think I should share this, to not misinform the listeners here. There is really no way to walk around that.
Oh no, I understand that. I'm not saying that this is the winning way. I'm just saying this is I would if this was a foolproof thing, I wouldn't be sitting next to you right now or talking to you right now. I'd be in Vegas doing it. But it's just like with my way, it's better than slot machines. Yeah, you can win a lot better. Yeah. But it's also for fun too.
Right. It's a fun
but
game.
It's just
social game.
Yeah. But you got to win a couple hands in a row to be playing with their money, and then eventually,
Right.
If this system was foolproof, it wouldn't, I wouldn't be here. But it also helps you.
Exist.
But then it also helps you when with comps, because you keep betting the money. So if you can sit there and play for a couple hours and break even, you're going to get a couple of buffets for free. So
yeah. No, I agree. That's that. I mean, there are grinders in Vegas that are doing that already, right? For years. Like what they do is like they manage the money pretty well. They make a little bit of money counting cards here and there, and then of course, like you said, they rely on the comps, and then that's how they get their income.
Yeah. And I mean, I just do it on a much smaller scale. I can't,
Right.
So, all right, let's talk about your poker playing. What game do you like to play?
Primarily Texas Hold'em, like no limit Hold'em.
Okay. So it's kind of like Sabak, the card game that they're playing.
Is it? Yeah.
No, it's nothing like it. Yeah, Sabak, you need to have. They give you cards, and you need to get the cards in your hand have to be worth 0. So you have
Oh,
cards that are plus 1 or 2, cards that are minus 1 or 2, and
oh.
yeah. So it's completely different. But you know what? Maybe that might be something interesting we could start doing. We could do a Live It stream and um, come in and start playing Sabak for fun. And
Yeah, I'm not sure how that will work out because I saw somebody try to do tarot cards, which is very interesting.
Yeah. But it could be like something like this where with me using StreamYard, I can do a bunch of people on here. So like I've done Trivial Pursuit games, things like that. So and now they've actually changed a little bit. So now you can put more people on here. But
Okay.
so you can play. Before it used to be 6 people. So it'd be myself, the game board, and 4 people or whatever. But now you can actually do up to. It's kind of like a Zoom call, but a little bit different. I like it a little bit better than Zoom because you can. I don't know. This is what I prefer. But you can actually get. I'm not saying. I'm not saying Texas Hold'em because that's kind of too much cheating. But for something like fun, we could. I could send you a set of Sabak cards, and we could get a little Sabak game going on, and just a little bit of fun.
Yeah, let me think about it.
Yeah, the world's our oyster, I guess, as they say. So, when it comes to Star Wars, you didn't get into it till later on in your life, where I was kind of born into it. Have you seen like all the sequels too, and all the prequels and all the extra movies?
Most of the I would say most of the movies, like all the recent ones, I watched them.
Okay.
Yeah, pretty much all the recent ones. Most of the original I think I watched the original trilogy. But I don't remember all the details. I know the characters and have a good feel for what they might be like in real life. Luke is kind of like the young, brave guy willing to try take risk. Yoda is the wise person. Yeah, all that stuff.
Yeah, so I mean that's what it's it's kind of set up like where and that's where it kind of gets into some murky areas, like I was talking about earlier. When George Lucas wrote Star Wars, it was just going to be his one movie, and that was it.
Yeah,
and then it became so popular that he had to do a second one and a third one, and he had it planned out in trilogies. It was going to be 9 films is what his original plan was, but he just wanted to break after it, and then decided that he was going to do the prequels again, and did the prequels. And after the prequels, there were so many people that hated the prequels because it wasn't like the original movies. So if these people are like, this isn't what my Star Wars was when I was growing up, that he just said, you know what, screw it, I'm not making any more movies. I don't want to make any more movies because I'm putting my heart and soul into this. And then all of a sudden, you people are, talking about how much you hate characters, and like Jar Jar Binks, they, the actor Ahmed Best, people just like crucified him to the point where he was, suicidal, and things of that nature. And he tells the story. He's turned his life around. He's back into the Star Wars spotlight, but it was just people get so crazy over their fandoms, and the way that they think or the way that they act with it, and it's like
right.
And it's like, thank God he didn't, and now he's on a TV show that has to do with Star Wars, and that's on Disney Plus.
Yeah.
So, all right. So what's it look like in your future for what do you have planned for?
I would say that right now, like the new project that I decide to focus on would be starting my first ever talk show on Live It. So it will be the first talk show on that platform. And the way I got the inspiration is I have been watching the Kelly Clarkson show lately, and I really like the way that she runs her talk show. Because I could relate to that. Like former singer, sing a few songs, bringing in lots of guests, talk about life. So yeah, that's why I feel like, by pursuing this route, I can also like highlight the many unsung heroes, as well as the new streamers of Live It. Really like build this new community within my circle. So I feel this is a good mission. It's a mission that's beyond myself. My mentors and my former coaches, they always tell me like, you gotta do something that has a bigger impact that's not just for you, right? So it's like, it's not playing poker. I mean, playing poker is fun, but playing poker is not like the bigger impact, for the world. And so yeah, so this is definitely the way I see it. Honestly, like that's like you, like what you mentioned about try to focusing on the Star Wars niche. I would say I'm treating it more like a passion project. Yes, passion project, kind of like nonprofit but business, business like what because I do, because so far what I learned, I only been streaming on the platform for like 3 weeks, but I realized that my biggest supporters are actually other streamers. So that's very, very interesting, right? Because for most streamers, their biggest supporters are their fans. But for me, my fan base is actually streamers. So that's how I got this idea as well. And okay, well, if this is the case, then I need to run my show in a way that, of course, I want to benefit other people. I want to add value. That's my bottom line, right? It's not about making money first. But at the same time, with the money that I'm receiving, whether it's from donors, whether it's from supporters, I have to really like how to say it, be very responsible, do it in a way that's good for everybody.
Yeah, that's where I'm kind of along the same way. It's like, this is for fun, and there are people that are I don't know where everybody is. Like, there's usually a lot more people in the chat. But like Pauline's in here every week, and we talk about Star Wars, and she asks questions and things like that. And I told you I had a couple other friends that said they wanted to stop in and talk to you. But that's what happens. The real world happens, and they'll catch it on a replay or whatever, and can't be here. In person. But
yeah,
like I do this for friends, or I have another segment that I do on my YouTube channel, the Holocron House, where I go through books, but I go through like the visual encyclopedias and things like that. But I go through page by page, so it takes me 20 or 30 hours to go through a book. Well, a lot of people don't want to sit there, and a lot of people don't want to sit there and do that or watch all that.
Right.
But I'm doing it for my friends that don't have the books, and those are the people that tune in every week I do it, or whenever I do it, or catch it later.
Right.
And it's like, I'm spending my time, I'm spending my hours going through this. I can read the book myself and much faster.
Right.
But I enjoy my friends that I've made through Star Wars, and go through this YouTube channel and going through it with them. And just I mean, that's really why I do it.
Yeah. Cool. Awesome.
All right, William. You got anything else you want to talk about, or anything you want to tell us about?
Yeah. So I would say that my even though that's my short-term project, I would say that my bigger mission is to just help people try something new without being judged or ridiculed. That's my spiritual mission. That's what gets me excited every single day, regardless of what obstacles I might face, how I might need to continue to reinvent myself, because there are no guarantees. Who knows if Live It was the right platform for me? Who knows, the personal shout out requests I'll keep getting the next month or two, right? Nobody knows any of those things. But all we can do is to focus on what we can control.
Yeah, I mean, that's what, I don't know how Live It's going to be in my life and how it's going to last. It's taken me, like, this is a funny thing. It's taken me away from Twitter, because I can't be on Twitter all the time doing whatever. If I'm sitting here talking or streaming or playing video games or, whatever it is. And honestly, my mental health is so much better that I'm not on Twitter all the time. And, it's just so much negativity. And I mean, not to get into it, but, a couple weeks ago, a comic book came out, and some people were upset that, a woman had a gun pointed at her, and
Oh
Star Wars should
wow.
be
What?
better, and it's like, so then get into arguments about that, and then another woman was killed in it, and it's like, but it happens in the movies all the time. Your problem is that it's a comic book, or please explain to me what your problem is. And then it just went into hundreds of people. And I'm not playing the victim at all, because I can be an asshole. And I was giving it back to him. But
Yeah.
that it's, well, you hate women, and why can't you respect that? And it's like, well, no, but you're sitting here, just making stuff up that isn't true at all about it, and it's happened a bunch of other times. Explain, and it's just like things like that, and then that goes on for days or weeks or whatever. It's just like now I just go on Twitter and I hop on there and I say hi to a couple people. I check my highlights and I'm off. Instead of being on there for hours a day. I'm talking with people, or I'm on Live It talking with people. And it's everyone there is positive. Like there's no, people aren't fighting with each other. And like you said, it's other streamers that are checking out other streamers and talking with them and supporting them, and building them up. Where you go to a lot of other platforms, and people are fighting with each other because they want those viewers. They want to make their money off of that. And Live It's just pretty much the complete opposite of that.
Yeah, and that's why I'm excited to be part of this mission, regardless whether this works out for me or not. I like to be part of the solution.
Yeah, and then we're in a Discord group together, and somebody has questions about computers, and we try and help them with that. And I tried to help you a little bit, but then someone else that knows more comes in, helps me, and then I help you, or whatever it is. And it's just, and I'm really happy for even if Live It, for some reason I don't stick with it or it doesn't work out for me. I've made friends. I've made friends now in New York City. I've made a handful of friends in New York City that once COVID is lightened up, that I'm going to be having, being able to hang out with and have like real life friends. The same reason I started my YouTube, I wanted to make Star Wars friends, and I made like in real life Star Wars friends, people that live around me that I talk to on the phone or text or see on a regular basis, well, especially before COVID. And now it's just like another group of friends that have nothing to do with Star Wars that I'm making. And I have my friends that before Star Wars YouTube and before Live It, so it's all different just people, and different groups of friends for different things. And now in 2022, when I'm in California for Star Wars Celebration, maybe I'll see you. There's another probably 10 or 15 people that are in LA. I'm going to be in Anaheim, but LA is only an hour away. Well, depending on traffic, maybe 3 hours, 4 hours. But it's friends that I've made along the way, and just it's everybody's so positive and happy. It's just kind of strange for me, because a lot of people, a lot of people make their money on YouTube or other platforms by being negative and getting people to hate other people, or making up, there's YouTubers or channels that just make up complete lies and sell those lies, to get clicks. And then
that's not cool.
That's not what I'm in it for. I could have a lot more people watching it right now if I did. If I sat here and just told lies and talked about how much I hate stuff, but it's just not me. So I don't even want to talk about those people.
Right. Okay, cool.
So everyone, you can find William and myself on Live It. It's a streaming app. You can just go to your streaming store and you can download it. It's LIVIT. And you go on there and you find people from all over the world doing what they do. Some people are cooking. Some people have talk shows. Some people are just talking. Some people are singing. Some people are dancing. Some people are playing guitars or piano. I'm usually playing video games or talking about something that's Star Wars related, or just being an idiot because it's fun to do sometimes. My personality. And William's a little bit more focused. He's he's on there talking about how to improve your mindset in your life. So all right, William. I want to thank you for stopping by. You're more than welcome to hang out if you want to.
Yeah, no problem. I gotta have a dinner with my parents. But you can reach out to me, She Bangs Guy, on the Live It platform. It's the same handle for Instagram and all my social media profiles. Make it very easy. But it's all lowercase because for some reason Live It is very case sensitive.
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
All right, William. Well, thank you very much, and I will probably see you a little later on tonight.
Sounds good. Have a good one.
All right. Have a good one. Thank you.
Bye bye.
All right, so that was William Hung, the She Bangs guy. He got his notoriety from American Idol, and what we touched on it briefly. He was not the most well received contestant or candidate, I guess you would say, on there. So not sure. But I've been speaking with him for the last few weeks, and he's actually, I find it very interesting that, his life could have gone a completely opposite way than it did, and he was basically I don't know how to put it. He was ridiculed, afterwards, and then. People are like, well, no, it's not that bad. And, like he said, he made a life out of, his American Idol appearance. And then he's reinvented himself a few times. He did the American Idol tour for a few years and, did his thing and made his money that way. And then he decided as a responsible person, he was going to go back to school because he knew he couldn't ride that wave forever. And then, now he's a professional poker player and a motivational speaker. And, I mean, it's perfect because if you ever check him out on Live It, he is really, personable and, talks about, not letting the bad things in life get you down and trying to build people up. But with that, I say good day. May the force be with you. Always. All right, so that will be the podcast part of it, and that's where we are now. It's weird because I spend so much time, or used to, on just being so involved and so into Star Wars and what goes on with it, and trying to make sure that I know everything that's going on. And I'm I don't have the kind of YouTube channel that I tried to when I started to bring out the news and talk about everything that's going on. And that just really wasn't me. And, it's kind of hard to do when you're just one person. And, we're going to make this big screen right here, or as big as we can, I guess. And I usually know exactly what's going on, but here's something. I haven't watched this yet. Oh, we got to go back. I haven't watched this yet. This is all stuff I need to catch up on. But I've been busy building my office. I don't know if you've noticed, Pauline's in here. My recording looks a little bit different. I have an office now, and I can show you really quick, I guess. Oh, it's on the wrong one, but I'll wait till I come back to that. Let's go over here and just bring it back to me here. So since Pauline's in here, and she's the only one that's really going to know about this, although we do have a few people, few looky-loos around, but that's okay. Looky-loos are good. I have my backdrop there behind me, and R2D2, and these guys will be coming out of these guys over here will be coming out of the box. This guy still got to do a video on. This guy already did, but I'm waiting to figure it out. We got a couple more over here. These guys are going to stay in the box, though. Then I got all the Mandalorians right there. I think that's all of them, 4 of them. There could be a 5th one. I'm not sure. But I think, yeah, that's no, there is. I'm missing one. I'm missing a Mandalorian somewhere. That's the New York Comic Con one. That's a Fireball one. And then there is the regular Mandalorian, the Mandalorian after he has the new armor. And then there's a chrome one too. That's all chrome. So, yeah, it's an old teacher's desk, and it gives me plenty of room to do my things with, and still working out the kinks. I just got the Wi-Fi back here today. It wasn't strong enough to do the 5G and for streaming, so it was coming in kind of dropping too many frames and just a bunch of computer stuff. But so here, right now, there's a mini documentary about by ILM. I did know about this. I haven't watched it yet, though. I'm not going to watch it now. We're not going to watch it now. We can find our own thing to do. And then we have some new stuff from the High Republic that just came out. Let's explore the High Republic and see what it gives us. We're getting some new lightsabers. An excerpt came out from the book. Wait, what's this? I didn't know about this. I am way behind. Star Wars runs a first look at the ongoing series with Kevin Scott. Okay. Yeah, that's just more about the first book. Let's see what this is. Okay, so that was actually an old video. I just hadn't seen it in months. But here we go. So this is something new that came out. Yoda with the slanted, not, I don't mean slant eyes. I mean like the closed eyes looking through the side. We got some more concept art. These are the books that are coming out. So this book and this book all come out on the same day. So January, I'm going to have a lot of reading to do. These are all new characters that we have coming out. They've done a little bit changing on them. When we first were introduced to them, it was a lot of it's all speculation, just like when I do or concept, just like when I do go through the books, and we have this is something cool to check out too. We got new Star Wars Funko Pops coming out. Ahsoka, Darth Maul, Bo-Katan, Wrecker. So if we're getting Wrecker, that means we're going to be getting we're going to have another set coming out. These guys are all from Gar Saxton. Those guys are all from the last season of the Clone Wars. And then this is something interesting here too. We have this is already going in. It was, hey, we want to make this, but we need some backers, and they've already done that. But we got Jar Jar Binks coming out. I have him ordered. This guy I have ordered. Her I do not have. Her I could not get. I have Ray, or yep, all these guys I have ordered. I don't think this is a 6-inch one. I don't remember seeing this. I don't remember seeing any of these. These must just be the 3 3/4. I'll have to look into this, but I have some of these I've ordered. Some of them are trying to figure out who to order them from. More Black Series coming in. With these, I have those ordered. So yeah, I'm pretty sure these guys are these are 3 3/4 inch ones. So I don't have any of those yet, but. We got some people I didn't see in the chat here because I was on the other screen. We have Spencer. He came back, and Kylo's here. And that lightsaber looks cool. I'm not into one for lightsabers though, but I have been known to acquire some Funko Pops. I don't collect them, but I do acquire them. And we also the Black Series I do collect though. So. All those Black Series that you saw, the first wave came out. I'm waiting on 4 waves of Black Series figures to come out, and the easiest way to get them in the waves or whatever, if you want to make sure you get them, is just get the case. You get an extra 1 or 2, but then you can get rid of those however you need to, and that's what I'm going to do. But like the Mandalorian, there's actually, Pauline, there's a few of them here. Let me make it big again. So you have this one. There's, I believe, 5 of them. It's a Stormtrooper decked out and Clone Trooper Holiday Edition. He's got the candy cane gun and a porg with him. There he is hanging out there. He's got on a Christmas sweater. Then you have the Range Trooper Holiday Edition, dressed up like Santa Claus. He's got a little Dio with him. You have a Sith Trooper. He's got, I forget what he's got with him. He's got Babu Frick with him. Then you have another one. You have a Stormtrooper, just a regular one. He's got the Vibroblade with him and just a white porg. And then you have a Snowtrooper. So, it's 5 of them that I have. I believe I have 3 of them pre-ordered. And and there's a bunch. There's so much stuff coming out right now, from the Black Series. Yak Face, I think he had listed between when I had him on the show. I say a couple weeks ago, it could have been a month or two ago. I'm not really sure. There was something like almost 50 Black Series he could confirm were coming out between now and the first quarter next year. That's basically, or partway through next year. That's about one a week. I mean, if you want to break it down like that, I mean, when they have the waves that come out, the waves come out as 6, and they have a wave coming out every month, pretty much, whether it be regular ones or 40th anniversary or specialized ones. So yeah, that's kind of a lot. I mean, they just announced 7 new Funko Pops to come out. 6, I will be going to, after my doctor's appointment on Wednesday, I'll be stopping at GameStop and making sure I have some of the Black Series ordered through there and the Funko Pops. GameStop is great because you just go in there and you put down $5 as a deposit, and then, when they come out, you pay the rest of it. So it just depends on how they come out. Same thing with like Entertainment Earth. I use Entertainment Earth, and it's the same thing with them. The only problem with Entertainment Earth is if you're one of these people that need to have it first, be the first one to have it, don't use Entertainment Earth, because they push back a lot, and something that I was supposed to have in September, I might not be getting out until November. But they'll adjust case prices too. So, instead of being, they're $20 a piece, we'll say. So it's $160 for the case of 8 of them. They'll drop it down to 130 or 140 because it took an extra month or two to get them in. So that's always something that's beneficial on that way. Black Series, I have a bunch of Black Series. I probably have about 50 of them from like old Black Series. Well, as I say, I have 50 of them. I'm going to show you this. This is my wonderful, if I can get this off of here. Hang on. I don't know I'm cut, but yeah, these are my Black Series that I have. Couple cases that need to get put away or done something with. I mean, there's actually 1, 2, 3, 4 cases of Black Series. So about 30 or 40 Black Series there that need to have something done with them. But I need to pack away or sell other Black Series that I have to make room for those ones. So it's just kind of an ongoing battle, especially when you're trying to find room. I did, if anyone's interested, a few people have first choice or whatever, but there are, I have a bunch of stuff that's going to be going up on eBay or on Instagram that I'm trying to get rid of. Just let me know if you're interested in those, and friends and family discount for some people, before they go up and hit eBay. I like some of the last ones that came out. I wasn't going to get some of the Jedi ones, and I decided, I am going to get them. And I ordered the case instead of ordering them individually. And I'm happy that I got them because they look so much better now than they used to look. Pauline saying that she has some of the Carbonite Black Series. Boba Fett, Vader, Mando. Yeah, I have those. I have the Stormtrooper. I mean, basically, if the way it's happened in the last year, if it comes out and it's a Star Wars item from Funko or a Black Series 6-inch, I have bought them, with the exception of a few exclusives. like I showed the Black Series that were out, and the Boba Fett, that one is a special edition one or whatever the hell they're calling it. I don't even know. It's $29 instead of $20 normally, but it comes with a couple extra things, or it's him. I think that one has him using his wrist firing. I can't even talk right now. His wrist flamethrower. So like there's that with it if you want to do a diorama or have it out. But there's a couple other ones that were supposed to be like the Armorer. She was $29. The only place you can buy it is Hasbro Pulse, and they're sold out. It's selling for $200. I'm not going to pick that up. Maybe someday if the price drops down, but you can buy the regular one, and it'll be, $20, $22, whatever it is. So it's not really, for me that big of a deal. I'm not a completionist. I just kind of collect them all or acquire them all if they're Funkos, and I don't really care about the stickers if they're like this one right here. This guy right here, Chewbacca. I don't care the sticker on it. If I had the choice, yeah, I'd want the Celebration sticker, but it was luck of the draw. I just got this one. I didn't get the Celebration sticker, so so be it. Would have been nice, but I'm not gonna pay twice as much just for the sticker on there. Now, if I was at the Celebration, that would be a different story. But and I'm not really sure what other. I've been so out of it, not being on Twitter and paying attention to everything, and I haven't listened to a podcast in weeks. And I used to list on my my podcast listening. I used to list Turner. That's not true. Radio Rebellion. I watched them for a few minutes. Alberto over there, but I haven't had time. And once I get everything situated and set back up, and I have a schedule, like my schedule is going to be, I'll get up when Danielle gets up, and while she's getting ready for work, I'll do whatever it is that I do, and I'm going to spend, an hour or two on Star Wars and reading books and getting caught up on everything and Twitter, and I'm going to spend like an hour to 2 hours reading books and getting caught up. And then I'm going to do some Live It for a little while. And then I am going to do some regular life stuff. And then I'm probably going to do a little bit of working on some YouTube stuff and Patreon. But while I'm working on that YouTube stuff and Patreon, I can still be on Live It at the same time. So I'm editing videos and doing everything like that. I can be on Live It. And like right now, I am on Live It along with this on YouTube. So anybody that's on Live It is checking this out. They're watching the screen, which really isn't the best thing, but that's the other thing too. Because the way Live It's set up as a streaming platform, they own the rights to whatever I stream for 48 hours. So if I was to do something on Live It and it went viral, they would have the rights to that, so they could make the money off of that and do whatever. But if that 48 hours is up, it goes back to me. But see, like right now, if I was like right now, you can't see this on the screen, but I'm streaming on Facebook, YouTube, and Periscope, so it's on Twitter. Instead of doing Periscope, I could do Live It. But if I streamed it on Live It, then I wouldn't be able to rebroadcast it to you guys on YouTube or Facebook. And then I wouldn't be able to, even if I did do that, I wouldn't be able to make those videos available for 48 hours. But this way, you guys got me here on these three platforms, and then I'm on Live It also because I'm streaming from my phone, copying the screen. So, there's little ways around it and things like that. But, it's kind of a slower week. As far as I know, I literally was not on. I went on Twitter for a couple minutes today. I was in Discord on people from Discord Twitter more than I was on actual Twitter. But it's for the best for mental health, and people on there think they're doing the right thing, and they claim they're doing the right thing, but it's all bunch of cancel culture, and if you don't think the same way I think, you're my enemy. There's no way to talk about anything, or there's no gray area. I mean, me and Kylo, we don't agree on everything. There's probably some things that if we sat down and we actually talk a lot now, especially now that the summer's over and he's going to be around a lot more, there's a lot of things we don't agree upon. But that doesn't mean we can't respect each other and can't, be friends with each other just because we don't agree on something. And Twitter, it's not really like that. And I'm just kind of sick of it. So, I got off of Facebook because it was the same thing. And I found Twitter and was like, oh, this is so great. It's not like that. And then once you get more into it, you find out it really is. Facebook, I used to just go on there for, recently just to talk about the podcast or Star Wars or whatever's going on in chats. And now that kind of became the same way for Twitter for me. If you don't like I was telling when I was talking to William, there was a comic book that came out, and a pregnant woman had a gun pointed to her, and that started a whole thing on Twitter about the woman that was beaten to death. Never happened in the comic book. And actually, Gannon and I broke down this comic book page by page and the ones with it, so you could actually see what was coming. Didn't happen. This woman had a gun pointed at her. That was it. A different woman, I don't want to give it away, but a different woman gets shot at the end of it and killed. So you have two different stories, but people are putting them together because they didn't read the comic or know anything about it, and they think this woman who was pregnant got beaten to death. Two completely different things. A woman had a gun pointed at her who was pregnant because they were going to kill this woman because they did not want the baby to survive. We've seen plenty of movies like that. We've seen tons of things like that where the child is the heir to the throne, so we need to kill the child so they can't come to the throne. And myself, I fell into the Twitter hole because someone's like, I can't believe, this is just rape porn, and you're gonna do this and that, and it's like that. This is the complete opposite. It has absolutely nothing to do with it. Some woman had a gun pointed at her, and the person pointing the gun at her gets killed instantly. So I don't understand. And then it just got into, well, you don't understand what's happened to me in my life, and I've, I don't want to get into, the whole thing, but, I've had pregnancies that didn't, go all the way through and blah, blah, blah. So this is bringing, okay, fine. You can say that, but don't say this isn't rape porn and, whatever BS, people are coming up with just, whatever the fuck they think in their brains, man. I don't know. They're just idiots, really. And should probably be sterilized. So, maybe that wasn't nice to say, but it'll probably be better for society. It was the Bounty Hunters comic. If you go back a few of my videos, it's the Bounty Hunters comic that Patrick and I go through each comic so you can see where it's leading up to it. And you got to remember, bounty hunters aren't nice people. Bounty hunters do bad things because they're out for the money. They're trying to get money. That's all they want to do. So if that means they got to kill some people to get their money, they're going to go ahead and do it. But we break it down. I can probably find it for you right here really quick. I don't even know where I am right now. I'm not even on the right one. Oh, I could probably find it. I can find it for you real quick. Don't worry. It just popped up. Here it is right here. The title of it is Star Wars Bounty Hunters Comics Issue 1 through 4. August 20th we did it. So it probably came out a little bit before that. We take a look into whatever. Yeah, so that's where that is. It just goes to show you, like, people, and so these people, like, if you have thousands of people following you on Twitter and you're talking about this comic doing this or that, and then it's absolutely nothing to do with it, and that's what it is. It's like, this comic is not anything at all what you think or what you're saying. It has absolutely nothing to do with it. Like, you're just making shit up. and I don't know why. And then you're trying to justify it with these bad things have happened to me in my life. That still doesn't change the fact that you're just making shit up. And then you fall down that rabbit hole, and then you don't respect how I feel. You can feel however you want to, but just don't make shit up. Say, I was triggered because the woman had a gun pointed at her. Not that she was beaten to death. It's rape porn. It's this, it's that. That's just freaking idiotic. And then you have other people coming. Why don't you, her feelings are valid. Fine. Her feelings are valid, but what she's saying are complete lies. Just all like that. And we talk about it in there, and then you get in with everybody and, what do you hate women? We feel sorry for your wife and your girlfriend. You're probably living in your parents' basement talking this way. And it's just like, dude, you know what? I don't got time for you. Go fuck yourself. And it's still going on to this day, people commenting about it and messaging me about, something that happened back in August because I called somebody out for just spreading lies and making shit up. But, whatever, man. It is what it is. But Kylo, you still here, buddy? Because you already know what this is. But I need somebody to ask me. I need somebody to ask me. Anyone? What's in the box? Spencer, I know, and I usually do. I really didn't think it was going to be that. It was just like, you obviously didn't read this because you're mixing up things and whatever. And then it just turned into a whole, idiot's array of we can say and do whatever we want. And, but whatever. Yeah, go back and watch that video. I mean, it is kind of a longer one, but I mean, we break down the first 3 episodes or the first 3 issues, and you can literally see what it's building up to and how it's going to happen. So, I mean, that's kind of where it's at. But all right, so let's see. This is the only thing we got for what's in the box this week, but I have quite a few things that are supposed to be getting delivered next week. So we'll see how that goes. But all right, this actually came a few days ago, but and what's in the box? But another box. Yeah, but I mean, that's like, I'm still on Twitter because I have friends on there for, Star Wars or to, promote the podcast or the YouTube show or whatever it is. But now it's just kind of like, hi. And then with a bunch of other stuff that's happened too, it's all cancel culture and, people don't look to find out facts. And somebody says someone said something or did something, you just say, okay, fine, I believe it. And it's like, well, no, it's been proven that it's not true. It's too late then. It's already, gone. But here we go. So this is the Battle of Endor, or I'm sorry, Battle of Echo Base Chewie, which goes along with these 2 guys. We have the Wampa, then we have Han Solo. Now we have Chewbacca coming out. These are the ones. Oh, I just turned it around on you. These are the ones we already have. Chewbacca. So this is a probe droid. Spoilers. Sorry. This is a probe droid. This one, I think, is Luke and Leia. I don't remember. I can tell you, though, because all I got to do is check on my Amazon order. Um, hmm. I'm still here. I'm just trying to check to see what you guys, because I know I already have it ordered. Danielle's been ordering a bunch of stuff though, so now it's hard for me to. It used to just be able to be like I go on there and it was either computer stuff or Star Wars stuff. And okay, there's Chewbacca. Chewbacca got delivered. October 28th is when the probe droid comes. I already got him. Okay, yeah. This one right here is Leia at Echo Base on a computer or something like that. And this one, Darth Vader and Luke, it's got to be. So this one goes down here. Do I need to make you a video pile? And yeah, I have now that I have my office set up and I have Wi-Fi back here and I don't have to be bothering everybody, I'm going to be able to start putting out some more content. Yeah, man, I wish I could watch it, but it's New York City, dude, and there is nothing open. I was looking when I was in Buffalo for that Christian a couple weeks ago. That's why there was no Bacta tank or septic tank last week because I was on vacation. And I'll be honest, I just didn't feel like doing it. You know, I've done every Monday night, even when I've been on vacation or out of town. I've done the Bacta tank for almost a year. And I just was like, okay. And the septic tank on Saturday nights, I've been trying to not do that for about a month and a half. And every time I say, hey, I'm not going to do it, somebody's like, oh, can you please do it? It's my day off. Or, I was going to come out and hang out with you guys or whatever. And it was just like, okay, fine, I'll do it because, it's not, you guys all know this isn't a money thing for me. This is hanging out with friends and doing what I like to do. And, I just was spending time with friends and family. So it didn't happen. Yes, the debate tomorrow. Very interesting. So let's talk politics because I don't have a problem with that. Joe Biden, man, he said he has some goofs, some crazy shit he says, and I mean, I know just from sitting here talking, or when I'm on, I already streamed on Live It for 4 hours today, and then I talked for 4 hours today. I'm sure I messed up some stuff and I said some stupid shit, and some of it was joking around. Now I know I'm not running for president, but it's like you make mistakes, or you try and say something, or earlier when I was talking about Yoda and I said he's got the slanty eyes. Well, they're little thin slits. So, someone could, if I was running for politics, someone could take that and spin that to however they wanted to. It's basically how it comes down to. Joe Biden has a lot of those. Trump isn't a politician and has a lot of those, but because he's not a politician and he's not thinking about what he's saying. So, kind of like, I mean, you elected someone that's not a politician and ran on not being a politician. What do you think that's going to happen? He's going to say a lot of stupid shit, but it's not mistakes. He just doesn't give a shit. So, without going on whether or not you're for him or against him or Biden or whatever, because, You know, there's a lot of good and a lot of bad for both, and it's just really kind of crappy that these are our two choices. But it's politics. You know, Biden sits here and talks about, you know, how he defeated the socialists. But when it comes time, when it gets a little bit closer, he's going to be talking a lot about social issues, socialist issues, to make sure that those Bernie voters vote for him. You know, and you know, Trump says a lot of stupid stuff, but you know, we'll have to see how it goes. You know, and you know, and it's just kind of funny, like we were talking about Twitter, and it's a cesspool, and you know, if you don't agree with me, you're against me, and you know, whatever it is. Oh, I don't take offense to it. I mean, you know, there's I mean, I'm proud. I'm happy to live in the U.S. You know, you should be proud of where you live, and that's where a lot of people get the misconception of, you're saying you're glad that you live in Canada. I'm glad I live in the U.S. That doesn't mean that I don't like Canada, or I'm going to stop Canadian people from coming here. You know, it's just politics, and you know, I don't think Biden's a pedophile. You know, like people say that, you know, he hugs girls and kisses little girls and does whatever. No, he acts like a grandfather. Or, you know, like one of those old guys, and it's like, you know, cherishing you know, little kids because they're the future, or, you know, like the way that you know, older people, or people with, you know, people that have families look at kids in a different way than single people, and grandparents look at little kids a different way than you know, people that aren't grandparents. You know, and just on the other side, I don't think, you know, Trump's a racist and everything that everybody leaves about to be. You know, when he says the Chinese virus, it's not against Chinese people. It's because the Chinese government had a cover up, and covered up for months while it went around spreading. You know, the problem is that then idiots, you know, then take that as, and racists then take that and use that as, you know, well, we need to go beat up Chinese people. Well, no, it's not. And, you know, is it, maybe he shouldn't be saying that because there are stupid people in this world, and, you know, whatever. I don't know. I want to keep this about Star Wars. We'll talk politics. There's nobody from here to really talk politics about. But I think that's going to do it for today. It's going to be a really short one. So, yeah, I don't know if there's anything else that we really need to cover. With that, I say good day. May the force be with you always.